Everybody wants to be an astronaut. Take the long, tall train to the sun.
Hello everyone, hello and welcome to more from the Golden Path International. It's being sponsored by Unfussable Narrative. I'm your host and commentator, the BlackShadow, and today we'll be taking our first look at action from Group H. H featuring players mainly from North America, but also a couple of places elsewhere from that. And Group H, I think, is kind of an interesting one here. There's only been one game played, week 2. The week 3 game being played here, the week 1 being delayed for the moment. And it's going to be an interesting fight, this, I reckon, because I actually don't reckon there's any huge favourites in this table. Eric winning the opening game here. Eric, I think, is a pretty solid player and will take the chances when they present themselves. But other than that, I think this table is wide open. And I think this is up really for grabs for anyone who wants to really take it and gets a good run of 2 or 3 games in. I think this group is very much winnable here for most of the players. As such, I think we're going to see a lot of close games. They might be a bit scrappy sometimes as well. They might not be very, very clean compared to maybe some of the other tables where you've got, some of the very more big, notable players. But I think that makes its own dynamic. When you've got like the big players, you expect certain sort of styles of play from them. But when it's like this, and maybe they're not so on the whole, have got as many games under their belt as some other groups, it makes it interesting games nonetheless, and you might see pretty much anything happen, which is always great for my job as a commentator. So, hope you guys enjoy. I think it should be an interesting game. Let's go have a look. Alright, then we're just settling in for the game here. I'm being joined by Holyboss for commentary on this one. Good evening, or morning, or whatever enough time it is for you. It's morning here.
Good evening. Yeah, nice to be here.
Hopefully you're fairly well. I've said it several times, but thanks again for the help in the last tournament. It was
of course.
It was much needed. So, all right, let's have a delve into the row here and see what we've got here. And it's a pretty cheap row. Nothing very expensive here. Some decent cards here. Guild Ambassador's gonna be very, very enticing. Gene Replacement's very, very good early on. Smuggler's a little bit off the kilter as well. Assassination, so some half decent stuff. Tech-wise, lots of sort of combat potential here. Detonation devices, if someone's going that way. Chow Murky, I think, has a lot of value in the group stages, as all positions do give points. And then Snoopers is going to be as well for some cheap early stuff as well.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Probably Guild Ambassador is what people are looking at the start.
Yeah, we've got our leaders here. So we're interested in noting here, there is no ECAS, but there is a Helena. So a Helena can be, full player could choose a Helena here in order to know there's no ECAS, but decides against it and goes for Tessia and Thorpe. So okay then. The place here, by the way, should note is we got Wooklee, we got Rockstar, we have Eric, and we have the Hexplorer. Quite a fun name that. So Tessia in fourth place. We had this something not too dissimilar with CJ a few games or so ago. I think he picked him in third and committed very early to Dreadnoughts, and it didn't go as well as we could have liked. Tessia is always a bit tricky in the later spots because you're not going to have as much keen access to the factions you may want to go to. You're a bit reliant on other players. So a little tricky here. Yuna taken in third spot. Doesn't seem too bad. Still no one's taken Helena to know that they can probably get Guild Ambassador. I'm kind of surprised here.
I like Yuna in third.
Yuna in second or third is...
I prefer her in third, to be honest.
I think I'd probably agree. So choices of leaders, a lot of card drawers, a bit of faction access. Hundred, if there is a Hundred, that will be a bit of a problem for Yuna probably. Rockstar though, eyeing up. I'm not too sure here. I mean, I think a lot of options here are fine. I think Lido is always solid in a tournament. Prudent diplomacy is such a good, useful ability. Just to know you're probably going to get those points. It's about how you act on him outside of that. Obviously getting a ton of meta use, but you're also concerned with Lido that Ilban also exists in the game, and you're scared of taking Lido and then Ilban gets picked. That would be really brutal.
Can't see. Is Ilban? Are they both available right now?
They are both available. So
yeah. So if you pick one, then you got to worry about Ilban being in front of you, or vice versa. I like putting Lido in front of you, which would be nice.
Yeah.
But...
I have shared my screen. You should be able to see it. You might need to click on it. It's in the call. So, Lido is taken, hoping that Wooklee doesn't go for Ilban. Again, Ilban has no idea who's been picked yet, so... but no Baron, no Beast. A lot of the better leaders here are missing, but a lot of them weren't even available. So, I think when you don't really know, it's not like Hundro's pretty solid here. I think Hundro's fine. Hundro, he's pretty straightforward. He's kind of reliable. You don't have to worry particularly about counterplay for him, particularly. And the starting touch is always really good, so. But some options here.
First is selling.
It's between Hundro and Ilbarn, and I think Wooklee accepts that. So I think I'd be going Hundro. I think given the boards with Ambassador and Smugglers and fairly cheap techs, I think that's probably the way I would be going here. But I don't hate either one. I'm not as big a fan of Ilbarn in this spot as well. I don't think the synergy is quite as good, potentially. But Hundro it is. So, choice here between Expedite and Bypass Protocol. We'll take Expedite. I think Expedite is really good at the beginning for Hundro. Lets you, if you have to, brute force your way with smuggling to get the second bump, you can do that. Expedite will get you there much, much sooner, so...
Yeah, he'll use it to drop and throw troops in at some point, I imagine.
We'll be off to the races. All right, here we go, then. So... let's have a look at what we got then. So, Hundred will be first to act here. Hundred pulls all his power cards immediately. That's kind of awkward. That's not really what you want to see. Lino doesn't pull too great. A ton of persuasion. But was his ring first up, but no diplomacy. It kind of sucks. So, a bit awkward for Hundred. Hundred's going to have to bypass on his diplomacy with a signet ring. He will not be able to use both. Curious to see which way he'll go about. It is the mixed smuggling skirmish here, which I think all positions are pretty fine here for the first round. They're all pretty good, so even third place for 2 stars.
It's pretty good.
So it's a nice all round. I don't think it's too important specifically to win. So Lido's going to go ahead and go smuggling right away. I don't thought maybe if you do it like a dagger, maybe to start mentating immediately, but won't. Yuna's going to go still suits here and immediately try and recoup the water. Also means that Great Flat is going to be open. In that no one has access to there yet. That'll be removed. Tezia's going to go ahead and take Wealth here. I think she's going to go Mentat, I strongly suspect, and use Signet Ring to start sending her influence there straight away. If she draws into her Seek Allies, though, she's going to feel pretty bad here. Hundro is going to barrel with Hardy Warriors here. It's going to go in and all in for it. I think he's guessing he's got Expedite here, and he can just smuggle and make his distance there. Obviously, he's missing his ring. So there's catch-up potential there. So I think maybe he feels a bit forced. I don't think this is the best combat in the world for Hundro, but it means...
I'm not a huge fan of throwing 4 in just for a bump.
I think it's...
we'll see if it pays off.
I think it's... I don't hate it. I think if you didn't have your Signet Ring... then definitely, but the fact you do makes it a little bit less desirable. But no one's gone there yet.
Getting the bump and then the spice for your next round if you have your ring would be really good. I think. But
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. So Lena's going to pick up the bypass protocol that Hundro binned. Hundro will know that Leto's got that. We'll put in a couple of troops in. Very few daggers out on display here, so it's going to kind of keep players back here. Yuna might feel tempted to barrel into Arakeen here. Knowing she's got a sword behind, she might feel it's worth it. And that's exactly what we're going to see here. She is. Oh, she pulls a second dagger. Well, they're all going in here, so that's bad time for Hundro. That's a little bit unlucky for Hundro. Oh, no, she doesn't. I guess she's happy to take the cash. Interesting. I think both daggers in hand. I think I'd be putting some pressure on him there.
Yeah, maybe 1 in to guarantee, or almost guarantee a win over.
Yeah, or put in 1 just for the extra salary. I don't know. You gave away. I mean, I think Hunter's a little lucky there. I think Yuna a lot of the time just barrels in, so he's a little fortunate. Keeping options open for later. And Tezia is going to... Sorry, go on.
With Yuna, no, if Solari in combat seems like almost a waste since you're so efficient at printing it on your agent.
Oh, and look at this!
So I kind of understand that.
And look at this disaster here, and she hasn't put them in, and now it's going to get no value. Tezia's going to cut them off with the 2 and the dagger here. Lido and Yuna are going to get absolutely nothing, and Yuna's going to regret not putting in a second troop here. That has been pounced upon the Hex Explorer here. So onto reveals, Hunter will get for 4 and will find his way to Ambassador. That's going to cheer him up.
Strong,
Lido with 5, second scout out on the road. He said spout, so not really miles away. So curious to see what he's going to pick here. Kind of a quiet row so far. There's potential stagnation here, which would be curious to see what happens. Actually, like Lido, for example, we'd like to get hold of a decent deck. The rest of this is not such a big deal. I think you got to be taking G-Minute probably here. Very, very strong.
And Assassin, just to guarantee it.
Assassination
That's pretty good
missions
pickup.
also, yeah, I don't hate that. I mean, the extra Solari here is more valuable to Lido, and of course Yuna as well. Yuna would be more than happy to take that, so there's an element of denial here. I also consider going Assassination first, trying to go a bit fishing here, but I think Manipulation's a good enough card. You don't really need to be... It's solid, and you're going to have 2 anyways. You can get that in like a Liaison, and you're going to be fairly good for Spiceless Foes later on already. Get a couple of, use that with a couple of your Mentat, you're going to get some decent ones. But is concerned about revealing a good card. Going to go going Spice Smugglers. Oof. Like that. No.
Okay.
It will be in the shadows. Negotiated turns up here. That is no good for Yuna, but it is good for Tezia, and that's a dangerous, dangerous card. That is very scary in the hands of Tezia here. Anything that gives her more faction power is going to be of extreme use. So, just like Team Manipulation does not buy the Liaison. Yuna's going to rock on here. Oh, well.
Oof,
I mean,
okay.
that's even better for Tezia. Oh, my goodness me. Look at that. So, if Web of Power turns up instead, I mean... I guess it's got to be Web of Power, really. That's kind of hard to turn that down. But Negotiated Draw is very, very capable here, but Web of Power is the better card, especially for Yuna.
I think Red not picking... Oh, sorry. I think Red not picking up Assassination Mission is a huge mistake, especially if you're grabbing a card that can trash right away and giving it to Yuna. That's a mistake.
That's kind of scary. So, in any event, Common's going to resolve here. Hunter's going to win. Lido, and especially Yuna, will be regretting not putting in that extra troop that has worked out poorly. Trying to kind of get it on the cheap, the Solari, and has lost out on it entirely. So, Tezia will take 3 coins.
Loving it right there.
Nothing for red and green. And we'll move on to the second round. But yeah, what a fantastic result here for Explorer. Very, very useful start here. Web of Power, cutting off the others. She'll take that happily. So, second turn is up. As I move my camera, still haven't got around to setting the scenes up here. Yuna has gone on to redraw. Should be noted. Yuna finds a Signet Ring here on the redraw. Should be noted, but I don't think she's ever going to use out of it though. So Lido's now got both of his daggers and is probably considering Mentatting here, and I honestly don't hate it. You've got both your Seek Allies and Diplomacy. You're kind of scared to lose access to that, but I mean, Tezia's not really going Mentat, I don't think, straight away. I'd be surprised. I'd be very surprised to see that. And you kind of got to get into the Fold Space Bumps game here. Your Signet Ring is going to be a little while. You would imagine at some point someone is going to find a second bump. Andro's just picked up Guild Ambassador, so you're going to get access there sooner or later.
Yeah, you got to go access her first. I mean, if she grabs Mentat, then it is what it is. But
oh, he's going to go the way around. He's going to wait on it. He figures there's a victory point in the combat. It is Arakeen. He's going to go for that, and he's just going to use the ring to catch up later on. He is going to be shut off by Hundro, to be fair, actually, so I don't even hate this. And Green now kind of forced to go to the Fold Space spot here. You can't let that go to Tezia.
Yeah, which you hate going there as Yuna.
And has to. I mean, you hate it, but it's like, so be it. If it's there, it's there. You got to do it. So, so Tezia, Tezia's in some trouble here. Both Dunes. It could be an argument to go Haga Base and Conspire, maybe. Get your Solari ready for Swordmaster next round. I don't even hate that. I honestly don't even hate that. This is not a combat you're gonna win. You kind of want to get involved, maybe to try and cut off the Solari here, but I don't. I think that free slice Haga Basin is a little too good to be giving away here. Yuna could very easily look to go there. It's a great spot for her to get into, but he's gonna go to finds the Fragment Bump. That's always nice as a Tezia. Just find free bumps in your intrigues. So here comes Hundro here, and Hundro now finds his second smuggling bump. He can't go into Solar Shipping just yet, mind you. He has no further access there, and he can't pay for Mentat here for a redraw. So he's going to be a bit patient, but he knows he should be getting first access next round. Whoever gets in front, though, Tezia is threatening with... and this is the problem now for Tezia. It's like I don't know, I would have liked to have seen the Conspire, and then you can use your ring to put that into spacing anyways and cut off Hundra or whatnot. So I think I would have liked
or get to Still Suits first and have 2 water. And
yeah,
you can be sitting on probably 5 spice next turn.
Yeah, I think I would have liked to have seen it. Get the troops in, get some intrigues. But I guess Carfax's fine. There's money for second place, so it's not as big a deal.
There's a Fragment Bump too, so that'll that's huge. Anytime Tessia pulls any kind of faction bonds,
So,
that's...
what does Yuna want to do here? Again, Hanger Basin looks pretty tempting here. You know, get a couple of troops, and you have no daggers, which kind of sucks. But I think the spice is good enough here, so we'll take it. Should put in at least one, and then kind of, you know, pose the questions. Pose it to Hundro mainly. Tessia's probably just going to steal suits here, I would imagine, and does. Yeah. So she has first access to the Great Flat.
Does she use it for her snooper token? She doesn't.
I mean, we'll see. She does need to deal with the snooper token here. That is that. So
doesn't have it yet.
Yeah. So when she gets there, so she'll probably say sorry. They probably think I'm telling them to do it. No, but so with Tessia here, yeah, they've got the 4 snooper tokens. As you get them, you go down the list here. Yeah, that's an argument here. Do you just take the bump now to discard like to discard a card for the spice now? I don't even hate it. But I think she's got eyes on Freighter Fleet. I think if there's nothing good, she might do it afterwards and do it later on. But I think that should definitely be considered.
Get rid of your dagger. You have 2 spice next turn.
Because then the argument you've got as well is then when you then take the bump up with the Spacing Guild, you then get the second bonus. You're getting free Solari, which in these early rounds is really, really good. That funds Swordmasters, funds Mentats, funds all sorts of stuff. So Andro's just going to go and... He's just going to go... Tech negotiation. Is he going to take the snoopers, maybe? No, he's just going to hold up for now. Just going to get a bit of persuasion hand. Kind of...
It's negotiated, I guess?
I think he's targeting negotiated, or if anything half decent comes off the row. I don't hate this. This is fine. Leader's going to win this. He will take down Arakeen. I think this is totally fine. You know, I actually quite like this. Getting in the early combat victories. You know, for someone like Leader, that can be really strong. You can go get, if you can get like 2 combat points early for Leader, you can then just kind of shut off from combat, let everyone else take the pieces out of each other, and you just focus on factions and maybe Spice Must Flows. So I totally don't hate this at all. Yuna's going to reveal
especially a city early.
Yeah. Yuna will take negotiated for 4. It's going to look good for the next combat. Tessia does have Freighter Fleet, so I probably don't take the bump here. Although I would have been tempted to have discarded the daggers still, I guess, and just taken Freighter Fleet still. But I'm guessing he's kind of keeping in mind for maybe some for later potential to steal alliances or whatnot.
Hannigan's later, yeah, maybe.
But I don't hate the second spice now. And then Hundro will reveal for 4. And it's not a great row here. Missionaria turns up here. I mean, you'd be hard-pressed to go Missionary and Jessica. I mean, it's pretty...
He's thinking about it.
You can play him either way around, but I think it's pretty bold. Chani is out of price range here.
What else do you do, though? Double Arrakis? I think it's kind of the only other option.
And I don't know if I go with 2 for Hundro. You want to be making sure...
Yeah, he's going for it.
He does go for it, though. He does go for Missionary and Jessica, so you're going to have to keep an eye out for that. It's going to be interesting. Don't see this very often. Potential for some... synergy here, but it's going to be hard-pressed. Duncan Lawblade and the wonderful Ixiel combat, I think, comes up here. That could be really nice. Combat's going to resolve here, so Leader wins it for the point, and we're going to see 4 Solari for Tessia and a couple of coins for Yuna, which you don't hate.
It's rolling in Solarian.
Yeah, it's a nice decent start for Tessia here. She will happily take it. 7 Solari from 2 combats is not bad.
Pretty good.
So move on, round 3. Be Eric to start this one. It is the Cloak and Dagger conflict. Now, this is going to be highly fought for because people want access to shipping, and the 2 intrigues in the early parts of the game is really, really powerful. So this is where it comes here. So Yuna's going to go for Spice Smugglers here. She's going to use this to get access to interstellar shipping. She's going to be unlucky here, though, in that she ain't getting there first. Kind of unfortunate. She does get the extra bonus of Solari, though. She gets 4 instead of 3, courtesy of her smuggling abilities. Very cool. I would be putting troops in as well. You've got to put in troops assuming you're going to interstellar shipping. Obviously, she's not going to be getting to interstellar shipping. She's going to be kind of unlucky here.
She's got first access, right?
No. Hundro's got Expedite. Hundro is going to use that to get access and sneak and steal it. So she's going to be unlucky here. But this is why you take someone like Expedite as Hundro. Very, very useful. Tessia, just taking the spice here. Maybe planning for some tech plans here. And yeah, Yuna's going to see it and sigh and think, That kind of blows. What I'll be doing as Hundred here is you actually take the spice here, and then you use your and that gives you your funding to your signet ring again, and then you go instead of shipping. And I did this actually in a game like 2 nights ago. I did exactly the same thing, and then I just went instead of shipping and used my signet ring and bumped it, and just got it twice. But decides against it. He's going to take the cash. I honestly like taking the spice here and then just going up and down again.
I think if there was like a 2-cost tech that he could have gone to the 3rd ring and down, he might have considered it more.
He's going to hold off on it. He has combat plans. He's going to just bump it and get ready here. Okay, this is the other way of doing it. This is also fine. A bit expensive to use a fold space for this, though. Deciding not to use his Dune Desert Planet card to do so. So, has perhaps Duncan or Chani intentions here.
That's what it looks like.
So he's going to get ready for combat here. So Yuna's going to get both rough ends of this one. It's going to kind of suck here. Lito's up next. Lito's hand is pretty unremarkable. I don't know. What does Lito want to do here? You have bypass. I don't think there's any great cards you'd be using that on, but I'm not really too sure what you're doing. I honestly don't hate Mentating here. It's cheap. You got the dagger.
Smuggle Mentat. Where I'm going.
I wouldn't even be smuggling here. I don't really think it's that great for you at the moment. But I have a feeling like Yuna's going to get dragged into conflict here, possibly. I don't know. Could smuggle. I mean, I guess Mentat's probably coming back to you. I think I'd be probably just Mentating it and reassessing here. I think Eva's good. But then I don't smuggle him in here as much as I should do, probably, so. My vow of abstinence. Smuggling will be the pickup, though, just to get it and kind of go from there, I guess.
Does he drop or go up, though?
Does he take the cash? He takes the cash. This is interesting. So this is bad news for Tezia. Tezia was planning for instead of shipping here, or to go Swordmaster. Yuna is going to cut it off here, so a little unlucky for Tezia. So she'll have to wait here. She's got both daggers in hand, so that was definitely the plan.
He might Mentat now, I think.
I think there's the problem, the knock-on here. Tezia's now might well Mentat, and then Lito's going to have a pretty awful second move here. You got the coins. No, she's just... I don't like... I think I would be Mentating and look for a better second action here.
Arcane or Mentat. It's going to be one of the two.
I'd be Mentating, I think. Or there's text. Like, she's got a ton of spice.
Yeah.
Chow Murky. Really I honestly don't even hate taking Chow Murky here or something. You know, it's in the bag. There's 2 intrigues going to make it difficult to play the next couple of rounds. But it's going to be... Is it going to be Arcane? I just don't like Arcane here at all. No, she's going to go to Siege here.
Okay.
She's going to get hold of the water. So she has the super token. She doesn't have to discard for the spice, should be noted. It's not obligatory, but we'll be doing so with the dagger. Taking the spice. And then is using that for the bump. And I assumably he's going to be going to the Siege here to try and get back the water monopoly, and that's what she's going to do. I like this better. This is better than Arcane. I think this is much better than Arcane. I'm just going to put it in. This is fine. I don't hate it. So Hunjo's going to give Yuna the second bit of bad news today. And he does it by going to the Imperial Basin, so the troops are going in. He will only be able to put in 4. But he does have a couple of swords from Jessica. May or may not be enough here. Probably, unfortunately, Yuna has no response to this. She has no city access, so Hunter's a little bit lucky here that she doesn't have city access. Maybe he's calculated. Look at the discard pile. You know, the ring is gone. Reconnaissance is gone. So maybe he's calculated the fact that she just can't get to a city. If that is the case, then fair play to Wooklee. Also, just be kind of fortunate here. We'll see. Anyways, going to continue to take the spice here. Not really interested in taking too much cash. Lito will Mentat now. Pulls convincing. Interesting. So, high reveal hand. Everyone's going to be revealing here. Unit just reveals early and calls it a day. I mean, she has nowhere she can physically go.
Yeah, she's blocked out.
She's blocked out here. She's going to have free to buy. Probably just... I would like to see Yuna take it skilled here. I think that'd be really fun. But she doesn't buy anything. Just going to decline.
Oh, okay. Liaison. Wow.
Tezia for 2. Will take a liaison, I would imagine. And does. Hanjo's going to reveal for 4 even. He does reveal for 5. So Chani and Duncan here. feel like you'd probably take Duncan, but the water for Chani is pretty nice.
I think he wants Chani.
I don't hate either one. There's very little water in this game so far, so Chani has extra value here. Might also go Ix-Guild, looking to use that with a lot of shipping, get loads of techs on the cheap. That's also something I think he's considering. I think all these options are fine. It kind of depends what you're going to do. Do you think you're going to go more combat mid-game? Are you kind of building up for late? Do you just want the resource from Chani now? The Fremen access is always useful. There are some worlds where the retreat option is have some use. I think all of these are fine. You could also go Ix-Guild and maybe you find something half decent in the shadows or something. And some half decent.
Thing with Ix-Guild though, he's about to take the spacing alliance, so he's not going to get a ton of use out of it. Yeah.
Chani is the take it. Jamis turns up. Oh man, if you take an Ix-Guild, if it had Jamis, I would have been a happy man there. Is 2 cards I really enjoy, but not to be. So Lito's got 6. He can't get anything to do with this combat here, but do you go Arakeen and give yourself? I think you go Arakeen. Draw another card, get a Solari, just garrison a troop. You kind of don't want to find your diplomacy though. You got 4.
And your ring.
Depends. All your ring. That's the scary bit, you know. So you kind of don't want to draw any of those cards there.
Yeah, it's too risky.
It would be the ring next. Is he? But then even if you draw it, half the time you're gonna find it's gonna be pretty easy to find it again. You're drawn through most of your deck anyway, so it's not a total disaster if you find the ring here.
It does give him a Solari too.
Gives him a Solari, which is good. Garrisons the troop. He will see the ring. He'll be slightly annoyed by that, but it's not a big deal. He doesn't even have any spice on him in hand anyway, so it's not a total disaster. And we'll be able to reveal full 6. So I think Lido should be looking to take Jamis here. I think Jamis is really nice for Lido. What you want to really do with Lido, typically, I find, is you want to just pick one alliance, absolutely bomb it.
Yeah.
Just rush it, and then use your ring to catch up elsewhere on sort of more passively, you know. And Jamis with that, being able to trash cards and infiltration, that's going to be super useful. No one here has really gone that heavy for Fremen yet. You don't really expect Tezia to. Maybe, I don't know.
I think it's the pick for sure.
I think Jamis is got a lot of innate value here. I would like to see it as a pick. I think for a 2-coster, you know, just being able to trash as well for using it is pretty good. It's not a bad reveal either. Powers maybe some Throw and Bond stuff if you find it later on. I think that and Ix-Guild would be my pick here.
Wow.
I think Ix-Guild and Jameson are my picks here, and does.
Okay.
Intrigue was the first base, and Kine turns up later on. So Tezia is in theory going to be first to reveal for that. That feels kind of scary. We might see some early reveals next time. We'll see. Combat's going to be resolved here. Wooklee is going to take this down, and will be surely securing the spacing alliance with it. It'll be a spice. It'll be a spice and an intrigue for Yuna, and Tezia, I imagine, will probably take the intrigue as well. So loads of combat here. Oh, Hundred can actually play to the victor now. I don't know if he knows that. He can. Oh, he doesn't. I don't think he knows that he can play. Yeah, with to the victor here, you can play that immediately. But I don't think they realise that. That is a thing you can do. I can't sit here and tell them they can do that. That's it's too far for that, unfortunately. So. Unified's
it's kind of an odd rule. You gotta know it.
Yeah, Unified's blackmail, which could be something you say around. Tezia finds stage instant. Oh my god, that's kind of disgusting. As if she needed more help with some supplementary victory points. There you go. That's a huge.
Yeah, she's got a great hand.
That's a huge spot for Tezia here. Really, really nice. Weapon Power will be revealing. Weapon Power, of course, one of those later game cards. You want to be powering up with the other factions, then using Weapon Power to get to the results here. So Swordmaster's going to be taken now before Lido can. I don't even hate this as Lido. I can just live off Mentat. Hudro will be maybe a little annoyed.
Yeah, if Hudro lets him.
But we'll see. So Swordmaster taken. She has to make a decision whether she wants to go for the coins now. Looking at Web of Power, trying to make an assertion here. If you play Web of Power with the Fremen, you do get water, which looks pretty good on this game. If you take it with the Spacing Guild, you get a card draw instead. So
I imagine early on, usually with Web of Power, you're revealing it probably the first.
Yeah, you typically using it to reveal, and then you're getting the use in later on. Decides not to go for the ring here, which makes you think she's going to consider. I think she says she's going to straight use it for the water. I have a feeling there's some selective breeding incoming here. Feels almost the play. Hundro is going to be up here. Hundro's got a couple of daggers and his diplomacy. It is the terrible purpose combat here. So there's a lot of value in this. The card trash, the victory point's good. Second place isn't terrible at this point of the game. It's not a bad one to go Hardy Warriors for. Depends if you think if Tessie is going there, because she's the only other person that can get there currently. So you don't have to do it right away.
Yeah, if Tessie didn't have 7 spice, I'd bomb Hardy Warriors right now because nobody's got troops. But you got to worry about her going.
Yeah, you got to be concerned she might go Highliner. There's always a fair, and when people got 1 persuasion, but it's not so great. It's not like she's securing shipping for it in the next round. So, she also the other issue that Hundro has the fact he has no access to interstellar shipping. In fact, neither does Yuna. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that.
Neither person with his turn can even get there. Can you believe?
I'm going Mentat then.
That's
100%.
why he's going Hurricane. He's going Hurricane for the card draw. He finds going Ambassador. I mean, it doesn't get in there either. I mean, you can reveal for the point, but it's kind of crazy. Again, if he just to the victor, that was a victory point. Ugh. He'll have to win another combat and play it another time. But yeah, we'll tell Wooklee. I don't think they realize you can play out the same rounds. It is in the FAQ.
Yeah. I'll tell them.
Anyway, so back to Lido here. Lido's going to go G-Mutilation right away, and use this to go Mentat. I mean, just use the dagger for Mentat, and then keep G-Mutilation for something else. I would be doing if that's what you're doing. I don't know. I'd be definitely using the dagger here first if you're going Mentat High Council. Save G-Mutilation for after you've used it, but no, it's just going to get out now and call it a day. So be it.
Where's it going? That card thing?
I think it's gonna be going. I mean, you gotta be making. I would be making so much use of it. No, go in diplomacy first here. Hitting the fold space now, just getting one of his 2 bumps. Which I actually don't hate this. His signet ring, he's probably gonna get next round, so he's gonna use it to get himself interstellar access in a couple of turns. This is good foresight from Rocks. I like it. Yuna's going to go interstellar. Is going to go selective breeding first to trash selective breeding. Tessie can still get there. Webber Power does infiltrate. But getting in there first, which is curious. Tessie finds a fold space. She'll be happy to see that. Her hand's kind of rubbish otherwise. So Tessie has got the decision here. I think we're still going to see selective. I think the fact that she decided to keep the water is very telling.
I can't tell why.
Well, change of plans.
That's why.
Does go for the Highliner now. This is kind of bad. Hunter's not going to be too happy about this. Now, of course, Tessia has Stage Incident in mind. I think that's the backup. I think she will try and legitimately win the combat and feels if someone decides to go over the top, then she can just stage, and that's her kind of safety net. So she's getting a point either way here. And that's the thing with players. Like, when they get a point, when you know you can get a point either way, that feels pretty good. And in a tournament setting, you're going for that a lot. So Hunter's got to make a decision now. Hunter's pulled his guild admin. Surely he doesn't want to use it. Yeah, simple. Get 6 spies, go Highliner. You know how
simple commentation.
Easy game. See, I don't even need to do. I don't even need to do. Go into the spice store. Yep, and you do. See, I don't even need to be here, folks. I'm just gonna let them commentate the rest of the game. Anyways, so Hundro still has a horrible hand, and again, Hundro. I think Mentat is an option here again, and I'd be definitely considering using it. Might just go deploy. The thing is, you've got the daggers for. So you got to make a decision. You can't use Guild Ambassador in Private Army. Just gonna hold on to the daggers. Where does Hunter want to go here? Does he want to challenge? Make Tessie's life a bit awkward? Tessie's got the water though.
Still suits her wealth, is my guess.
There's not much else. Yeah, Hardy Warriors is still tempting to barrel, but the problem is the water's not amazing for him because Tessie's got loads of it in front. So it makes it a little trickier here. He's trying to make a decision as to what he wants to go Hardy Warriors and absolutely barrel this. I mean, as it turns out, she has the stage as a backup here, so I think anything's good.
I think I would go wealth, but
I mean, it's kind of weird here. Tessie's not going to be able to stage here because when she sees the daggers, she won't be able to do it. So this is actually, as it turns out, probably a better choice. He's going to get a load of water here. I don't think anyone else is really getting involved. Secrets I also don't hate.
Or secrets, yeah.
I think
going still suits without putting troops in seems like such a half.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks to go steel suits when you can't deploy as well. I really hate that. But, you know, I think he's making an assertion that maybe she might give up on the alliance and he might be one he can push. So it says he has not really put a colours to a mast yet. But we'll see. Leto's up. Leto still has Mentat potential here. It's still there. Leto really should be looking to make just uses it almost every time you can. You've got a lot of money. You haven't got your Swordmaster, admittedly, but it doesn't matter, you know? Like, you can get it on the cheap. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I'm bombing Mentat every chance I get right now in his position.
Yeah, it's the whole point of having the Landsrad ability here. You know, Mentat's 1 Solari. That's really good. You know, just to cycle out daggers, get better cards in your hand, make better choices. But a bit reticent. What else do you really do here is the problem. All you got is a city access, and if you're gonna go city again, you might as well just Mentat, you know, and make people make further commitments to troops first. I mean, the problem is Yuna has 2 actions still, and that is kind of an issue you have here.
Yeah, more reason to go Mentat in mine.
So, a little tricky here.
But yeah, pulling one or the other, pulling your Signet or oh gosh, what's he bought already? One of his more powerful cards right now might be.
He bought his Guild and Jamis. Even Jamis here is fine, you know, like just hitting, you know, Jamis feels better for you because then you can use that to trash as well. You got loads of trashing chances. So, the 4 he really wants to do, does Leto, is he wants to find a way to get hold of the spice so he can use Bypass Protocol and get Liat Kynes. That's what he really wants here.
That's true. Yeah,
but there's no way to it. Finds Recon, but I mean, it's fine. It's not a. It is what it is. Yuna's going to use a fold space here. I would probably be just going to here. Finally, one of the people with instant access can actually get there. Can you believe it? Completely ridiculous. Finds a Signet ring. That is a big pull for her. She should be. I would be probably looking to use that pretty aggressively.
Yeah.
Nice find. Here comes the secrets for Tesia. So we'll be able to get hold of what fights War of Life. Oh, that's a big card here. Also gets the card draw as well, courtesy of the spacing to influence there. So you're already getting value out of Web of Power. Hanjo's going to reveal, take the Choem, the guild point here. Gets him up to 5. Couple of swords is going to be annoying for Tesia. I mean, she will not be able to stage here. I think that was kind of. I think she was almost expecting someone to come in hard, like with Hardy Warriors, and then she could stage with more freely, and it hasn't turned out that way. So she's gonna have to just wait for now. It's not a disaster. I would, you know, it's like, yeah, so be it.
Finding 3 troops late game is easy.
Yeah.
I'm okay with keeping it.
Now Leto's got an interesting spot here. Leto could reveal early and take the Kynes. If he doesn't reveal, you feel you're very scared that especially Yuna, you're scared to death that she's got enough. She could just reveal on the spot and take it as well. There could be a bit of chicken here. Now, as it turns out, Yuna can't get there. She's only got the 4, and she has a ring. She's going to be using it most likely, but Lena might end up early revealing here.
She got 7 too, so we can grab a liaison with it, which is actually
which makes it feel a lot better here. But has been desperate to trash this dagger, so he's going He's gonna hope that Yuna doesn't have 5 and doesn't early reveal. Taking the High Council here, so
another way to have 7.
That's a lot of persuasion here. Leto's gonna be pretty set for late game if he does get hold of Liat, which he's gonna be able to do here. Looking very nice for Leto. Leto's gonna power some Spice of Flows late game. Here comes the Signet ring to Carfang. Oh, finds Guild Authorization. Well. There could be steals here on Hundro. With Quid Pro Quo in the back pocket, I think I'd be challenging Hundro here. I'd be going for it, and she is going to go for it here.
If she had one more spice, she could grab it right now. That's too bad.
Yeah, she could. Yeah, and
she's get one from her ring.
Hundro's going to be in trouble here with Guild and Quid Pro Quo. Hundro's in trouble here. That alliance looks very, very, very tenuous right now.
Yeah.
Should definitely put in at least a troop here. That should Yuna. Oh, it funds your Quid Pro Quo! Oh, I think I put in 1 for the spice, given you've got Quid Pro Quo sitting right in front of you. I think that's a bit of a miss. I mean, 1 trick for spice is like...
It's hard not to get greedy with Quid Pro Quo. It's
such a good card.
You really want to get 2 bumps out of it if you can.
You do, but if you can just get on a line to call it a day and steal it from someone, that's just as good here. But she decides against it, so...
She doesn't have the spice for it.
I guess the idea is she's looking to maybe go Imperial Basin next round, expecting. I think that might be the idea when it's stacked up, so I don't totally hate it. Tessie is going to, obviously takes the bump. She's going to reveal for free. Making the decision what she wants to buy here. Deciding against the liaison. I've got no issues. Oh, here comes Water of Life, and Lido cries. Lido's very sad right now. He's like, oh. So, going to be 3 cards drawn. And that'll be a Lido. That'll be Liet Kynes surely gone. There's a liaison. Reconnaissance as well. So, that is sad times for Duke Lido. Tessie has gotten some very nice intrigues here. And Tessie is going to be very, very... I don't know if I quite say she's favorite right now, but like she's in a very good spot. Yeah, Hundro is in danger of stalling a bit, I think. So Tessie has tons of potential here. And Liet Kynes, that's kind of gross. So sad times for Lido, who was obviously going to get there. The row isn't that great still either. Court Intrigue, Bene Gesserit's Sister's always fine. She's pretty good. But Court Intrigue, Court Intrigue's not the best of cards for him. And again, didn't even have the Spice for bypass. So yeah. Unfortunate for Duke Lido, just couldn't do anything to get hold of Liet Kynes. It is what it is. You're unfortunate that Tessia had the way to get there. You think Una was probably going to want to get it, if anyone. So, 7 to buy here. I think Jesserit's is just too good for Lido. It's such a good, solid card. You're going to be going down Spiceless Flows anyways. You could consider going Duncan and just garrisoning up and like barreling in for a tier 3 combat later on. But players know that you've got it is the problem. So, like, it's not like rapid mobilization, which is the surprise factor. People know you've got Duncan Lord Blade, but we'll take it. Throwing Axis is fine. I don't think you'll take Court Intrigue. I'd be surprised.
He's taking Liaison here. Oh. Cards we have.
He's got 13 cards.
13, yeah, he's getting up there.
I think. I mean, you've got G Manipulation though, and you've got Jamis.
Yeah. That's true.
You've got a lot of trash abilities here, so I don't so I don't hate taking one and then just culling off some of your weaker cards. Gonna go Court Intrigue, you know what, that's fine. I think that might be an alliance you might end up trying to pick up towards the end here. Union's gonna reveal for free.
His bypass is pretty much dead, so.
Yeah, Union's gonna reveal for free. She takes the sister. Boundless Ambition turns into the next card here. This is a very, very scary card for some people, especially for Lido. That is a frightening card. That's one of his best cards, probably in the game. Just double bumps if he wants it with the Spice. Potentially, that is very scary. So Tessie's going to take this down with one extra sword. With a couple of swords, she could have staged, but she cannot. So just takes the combat. Dagger will be removed. Hunter picks himself a water and a spice, which is fine. We're going to move on here, but Hunter's going to be looking at the situation of the alliances. Maybe he doesn't realize how much jeopardy they're in here.
Anytime someone's going from the second to third to challenge you on spacing, you know something's up.
Yeah, so. you've got to be, and there's a load of intrigues there, so you've got to be concerned here. Finds Guild Ambassador again. Do you just go Swordmaster here? Again, doesn't have access to interstellar shipping. That's twice now. That is unlucky.
It might be unlucky, but
that is
it might have been a bait. I think going Swordmaster and securing up the guild might actually be.
I think that's the only play now. I think it's the only play here. I mean, Wooklee's going to feel hard done by to not get access both times. Going to go Mentat instead.
Goes Mentat.
Eva's fine. Finds a Signet Ring.
Take the bump, Wooklee.
Gotta take the bump. Does, yeah. Prudent. Nice and prudent. Una can still get that, though. She has negotiated. She has spice smugglers. She's got a guild, and she's got quid pro quo.
Oh. I didn't even see the spice smugglers. Oof.
And Duke Lido is going... okay, so here we go. This is very nice here from Lido. So Lido's going to use X-Guild Compact to get his access here, and now he's going to go ahead and whack in his... he's going to get a Dreadnought here, and Jamis is incoming here. It is Guild Bank Raid as well. Lots of money available here. This is going to be of nice interest to some players. So does Una fully commit here? She doesn't have any water, so she's got to go Imperial Basin here. Quid pro quo she can't use. Not this round. So she's going to go into Cellar first, but it's going to be curious to see if she continues the chase. Very curious to see if she decides to continue the chase here. It's interesting, though, because Lido... I mean, well, Hundro can go... he can't go Fold Space to lock it up. And he can't use Missionary here. She's going to continue the chase, and Hundro hates this. Hundro absolutely hates this.
There's nothing he can do at this point.
This is real problems here. he needs some help from the other players to just block up all the city spaces. She can't go to Siege or or research here, so his best bet is to go to a city and just hope that one of the other players goes to the other city here. Ugh, and doesn't.
I was gonna say
doesn't. So Hundro's time, if the Spacing Guild is coming to a close,
coming to an end. Yep.
It's gonna be very sad here. He's unlucky, but I mean, when you find that much power here, and Hundred's gonna look at this, is there anything I can do here? And the short answer is, unless you go Carfag and somehow find like there's nothing you can do actually. No, she's gonna get her next action. She just uses both. He might think he can maybe find like Infiltrate or something at Carfag or anything. It's about the only thing. Finesse, bribery. There are intrigues that save this alliance. I think you got to go Carfag and try. There's only 2 out of a deck of 47, but I mean, if he goes anywhere else, it's just a complete. It's a give up. Carfag's the only way he saves it. It's not even that likely. It's maybe like 5% he saves the alliance, but I don't know. I mean, we've seen crazy things. We saw it with Orski. Went selective breeding, got the one intrigue out of selective breeding.
Yeah, that was gross.
Which got him the alliance. It was completely absurd.
From I think 4th to 2nd.
Yeah. It was a ridiculous finish. So, yeah, Andre hates his life. If he clicks pay and collect, it's So that is the alliance. It is gone. There is nothing he can do to defend here. It is over. Lido is going to be going to smuggling here, prepping up for Jamis. Players should be pretty concerned that Jamis is incoming here if they've been keeping an eye on his deck. Sort of card you would leave to the end here. And here goes the alliance. It is out of here. So bad times for Hundro. Not much you could do about it. Unified's Grand Conspiracy, which I don't hate. I mean, it's not the easiest point to get here. The 4 influence she can definitely get. High Council she can definitely put. The problem is the Dreadnoughts or the Spice must float. That's the tricky bit here. So unfortunate for Wooklee.
Here come the comments.
Yeah, unfortunate for Wooklee. Not much they could do about that. I mean, apart from a complete Hail Mary punt, which wasn't likely. So a little unfortunate. If Lido doesn't go forward space, if Lido doesn't go forward space, he secures it. So, and you could say, well, Hundro could have gone forward space first and then followed with Gil Ambassador, and you are correct, yes. But I mean, doing that is
you never do that.
That is so. I mean, that's like
nobody in their right mind does
that feels horrendous to do that. So even if the cards face up, it's hard pressed to find a way to do that. So bad times. So Hundro is back up here. Hundro does have the ability to go to can go Swordmaster, but it looks like they're gonna decline here. Which is a little curious. Tezia's drawn some. By the way, to note here, Tezia's gone and drawn a load of cards here with Liat cards. Actually found any. Has not found any. Whatchamacallit. Any Fremen to go with it. She has High Council. She does have enough for Spiceophone we'll be buying. Hundred gonna go Dreadnought here.
He doesn't want his Swordmaster. Huh?
If he's not going Swordmaster, I guess he might as well go and take the Dreadnought here. If you're not gonna go Swordmaster.
Is Wooklee tilted? Is the question. We hope not.
I mean, I would be pretty annoyed. I'd be pretty annoyed right now, but Detonation Devices is sitting there.
Yeah,
it's either you don't. I mean, I don't even hate Chow Murky or gonna go Sonic Snoopers. I don't hate it, although the problem is the decks you've got, the intrigues you've got now are like fine. So I don't really particularly like this, but hey, Fire's Recruitment Mission. I mean, that might find like a late play like research station that helps fund thingy. Lido was out of actions, by the way, so Lido didn't even go Jamis. Wow, I didn't realize that Duke ran out of actions there. That's how much I was paying attention. Yeah, I was just so like you just go Jamis at the end here, and it's like, oh yeah, he's out of actions. Oops. So Yuna will go Basin. She will take the troops here. Yuna looks like she's going to basically win this one pretty much uncontested.
I don't like throwing all these in just for more Solari.
Tezzy is in a bit awkward spot. Tezzy kind of wants to go Arakeen to redraw, but it's kind of scary because you've got the Spice of Slow in hand. But she's going to do it. She's going to assume she's not going to draw a card. Finds Doom, so she feels happy. So some money there for us.
Quicker back to Liat.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you want the 4 Solari? I mean, I don't know. You're not really doing a lot with it. You've got High Council, you've got Swordmaster. You're not really giving Mentat much. So I actually don't hate saving the troop here.
Gives you two Mentats for one troop.
It also protects you in case someone's got double cross, and that sucks.
Yeah.
And this is a great spot for double cross here. So Hundra will take the Boundless Ambition. He'll be very happy at that. Yuna is going to... The problem is now Yuna's going to be able to retreat free and still win first place guaranteed. So Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah. I forgot she's got negotiated.
Happy New Year. Tesia did not get involved. Tesia wouldn't be able to do anything about it anyway. So they would have forced Yuna to have to spend something to get the full prize here. So Yuna very happy. Yuna buying more cards. Yuna's going to be a little bit careful here. Deck's in danger getting a little big here. And Tesia will reveal for the bump and the 9 for the Spice Must Flow. We'll get her up to 5 points here. So it's about halfway through the game. It ended around 5. It's pretty tight. As I said at the start of the video, yeah. I think this group is going to be pretty tight. I think a lot of the games are going to be very nip and tuck here. So Tesia, I think, probably is favourite. But Tesia can late game stall out. She is set up to hit her snoopers at the other two factions, though. So Tesia's in a good spot here. It's about like converting it. Having stage instant in your back pocket is monstrous, though.
Yeah.
So
you gotta think she's on one more point basically. So yeah. She's definitely ahead.
But Yuna's got the cash now. Yuna's got cripple. There's potential for all sorts of carnage here. Yuna's not going to go lying down here. Yuna is very close behind. Lido's kind of got to get going here. Lido's holding, lagging behind a little bit here. He's got work to do. He's going to have to win a late game combat, you'd think, with Lido. Next combat up here is Trade Monopoly. No victory points here, and it is the last one of the conflict flees, so I have no idea how hard people are going to go for this. Second place is also good, the Intrigue in the Water. It's a decent second prize. In this very kind of, very water-light game here.
Place your agent, Lido.
So Lido's going to go into Stella. He will be taking the Spice. He's going for Tex here, is he? Looks like he's going to go for a Tech on the way forward here. So he's going to take the Spice. He's gone up and down. So he's going to take... Does he take Detonation?
I think he was in the first ring. I think he only...
No, he was on second. Drop. He was on second here. He was definitely there. So he's going up and down. So I think he's going Detonation devices. You know what? I don't even hate it. I don't even hate it. I mean, you've got some work to do here. You've got Jamis. You've got Duncan Loyal as well. Oh,
yeah, no. I think he was in the first.
Just checking. I could be wrong. I thought they were on tier 2.
I think he was tier 1. I could be wrong, but
I'm pretty sure they were. I mean, I can go back and look.
Yeah, he was on 1.
Okay then, fine. Misread there. I could have sworn they were on tier 2 there. Huh.
I don't like that he's not bombing. I mean, I'm with you. If you're playing leader, you got to bomb it. You got to bomb one of the tracks, and then.
I mean, yeah, the problem is it's difficult. That I mean, your best way to track the bomb is going to be Fremen with Jamis in hand, and Teddy's already got a snooper there, so it's fine.
Or Benny, he could have been 2-1 Benny right now. I don't know.
Nah, the problem is Teddy's sitting there though, and Teddy's about to start taking snoopers.
Right.
She's taking the extra bump here with the Fremen. This is not to take the Alliance. This is to prep up for Great Flat and also to power Signet Ring as well. She will be shifting her faction access away from there, so Lido shouldn't be concerned about this. She's not going for Fremen Alliance. I'd be stunned to see that. It's also giving her, so when she uses Web of Power still, what I expect we'll see is we're going to see Hardy Warriors. We're going to see it siphoned away to the Emperor, and then she's going to go with Select to the Bear Jess with Web of Power. That I suspect will be her 2 moves coming. And then she gets full value out of Web of Power here. I would be stunned to see anything else.
Somebody's got to start working on Benny and Emperor. She's going to take both of them at this point.
I mean, that's Tesia. It's kind of, par of the course here. No one else is really in much of a position. I think she will take both alliances. I don't think anyone's in any position to do anything about it. Lido, I think, should really just focus on the Fremen here. Like, Tesia's in a good shape to win this game. And Stage Instant as well in the back pocket. Like, she's in a very strong position here. That's a Hundro. So Hundro still has not got Swordmaster. He's the only person that doesn't have Swordmaster, though. So he's in none... Oh, well, actually, that's a lie. Lido actually hasn't got it yet either, which is kind of a surprise. So, depends if Leo wants the card draw or not. I personally quite like going like in this. If you can justify going Mentat in the card draw, I don't hate it. If you think you're gonna get the cash back for something somewhere, which you would think you're gonna do as Hundro with shipping abilities.
Yeah, he probably figures he's put it off for long enough though. At that point, if you drop down to 6 Solari, you don't know if you're gonna get those 2 to get it.
So Swordmaster's gonna be taken. Leader can't actually get to the counter, by the way. That is not an option, but he doesn't know that. Well, at least 100 didn't know that. So,
gotta go well here. Gotta bomb the Emperor.
I mean, bypass protocol is doing nothing for you. So I actually,
you gotta get rid of that.
Yeah, so you can switch that over as well. And you think you've got to be getting in the way of Tezia here, although Tezia's just going to use Signet Ring for it in the end. So curious to see what the plan is, but yeah, I think I donate Court Intrigue. The point is you've only got one action though. This is awkward. You really feel like you should be getting involved in this conflict here. You could
True, but with everyone has 2 actions behind you, I mean.
Yeah, I mean you could go Steel Suits with Jamis here. Get rid of like your Dune or something. Get like a Dreadnought in and get some value here. You know, you can get 2. If you can get this and a Water from the Conflict, like that gives you access to Research Station later on, possibly. I like this. I think this is fine. And again, like Tezia is just going to be taking this. Is going to be taking this influence away from this faction. So you don't have to worry about her taking this. She's 100%. She's flipping this away. There goes the Dune. Yep, as suggested. I think this is good. It's got 3 swords in the back pocket here, so probably getting second spot here. Probably not winning, unfortunately. So Selective Breeding taken by Yuna. Yuna's punting for a Spiceless Flow here. Oh, she finds it. Oh my gosh. That's disgusting. If she has access to Arakeen, she'll be hitting that with Signet Ring. That's going to be pretty good. Here comes the Great Flat. As said, she'll siphon away Fremen to go Emperor here, and then she will follow up with, I assume, Selective Breeding. And probably just get rid of the ring, and then just hope you're going to draw into a Spiceless Flow. I think that is the play I would make here.
Emperor over BG here.
Whoa, hold on. Tezia's not going to sift away here? Wow. I'm kind of surprised by this. Maybe she's thinking she can do it the way round to get the troops in garrison and then use them for stage instant later on. Maybe that's what she's thinking. But I mean, I just do it. Wow, I think that's. I don't know. I don't like that from Hex. I think there's a real chance to be real sharp here and just kind of put your foot on this game. You know, just absolutely just start accelerating here. Yuna is a late game specialist and she is pretty dangerous still. You cannot be lax here. I think I would have liked to have seen him just be a little sharper here, a bit more intent, but decides against siphoning out. Is she really gonna fight for this alliance here with Red?
Yes, that's what it looks like.
I don't know if
maybe she wants to go up and get the water and then drop him down.
I mean, greedy with that. I mean, no, she can siphon one away and still get the water for weapon power. I mean, go up to go down. I don't like that. I think
on the Herman track.
I don't know. You're going to see your Signet Ring enough? Like you start your deck. You've got enough ring cards to go. You might be do well to see it once. I don't think you're seeing it twice. With no water in hand, I think this is a bit speculative. This. Okay. So Hundro, anyways. Meanwhile, Hundro is going to go Hardy Warrior. So Hundro is now making a challenge here.
Interesting.
This is all of a sudden this is getting pretty uncomfortable for Duke Lido here. So Lido's going to be able to reveal for free. He can, if he wants, he can trash Duncan Loyal to put the extra troops in. I don't recommend he does that right now.
Yeah.
I don't think this combat is good enough for you here. But I also don't entirely hate it. If you do it, that's basically saying you're done with combat for the rest of the game. Which is, I don't think it's a good idea.
2 bumps, I don't like it, yeah.
I think you got to hold on to it for now and be happy with second place. I mean, the 2 bumps in the troop is nice, but I think...
And he's sitting pretty right now, too, so it's not a given that somebody's going to take over.
I mean, Yuna's got a ring here. Yuna's going to go Arakeen and barrel in here. Like,
that's true.
Sure. But he doesn't know that necessarily, But
then she's gonna negotiate it probably, is my guess.
I mean, that's also possible. Yeah, she has negotiate in hand. She might end up doing that as well. So he doesn't need to do it. Leader's gonna take Guild Ambassador, which I don't hate, or Guild Chief Ambassador. We should clarify. Here comes the Arakeen play. Looking to find the Spiceless Flow. It does. So Yuna's gonna be good for at least a point here. I imagine she's going to be using the retreat bump to take the Bene Gesserit alliance, which is going to be bad news for Tesia. She was wanting that. She's going to have to fight for it now.
Go Emperor as well.
And Tesia was setting up to go selective reading, I feel. And I think it's still the play. This is why I would have liked to have done the Signet Ring and taken it out, because now you can go Web of Power and you can literally trash your Signet Ring because it has no more effect. By that point, the duplicity ability is gone. You've got all your snooper tokens.
That's true.
And the problem is, now that Tesia hasn't gone up there, she feels like she's got to keep it a bit. So I think that's another reason why, it's just a nice kind of flowing turn. And now it's like you don't really want to trash the Signet Ring because you're like, well, am I going to get my bump there? I mean, you can get it from shipping, so you don't have to worry about it. I would still trash Signet Ring. I think it's done. You're going to have 6 persuasion.
Is she trying to reveal it though? Is she trying to reveal it for the Fremen Alliance? Can't tell what she's doing. Okay, right.
I don't think that's worthwhile.
Yeah. I don't either. But...
you just think like more often than not you're getting the Sliceless Flow, and you just trash the Signet Ring here and call it a day.
Yeah.
Players suggesting otherwise, but there's other ways that she can get there. Signet Ring should go. And we'll go. There we go. And you'd be a little unlucky to not find a Sliceless Flow. It's not guaranteed. Needs 3 persuasion. There's one.
Got 3 cards.
Doesn't find it. Still doesn't find it. Unlucky.
I hate to see it.
That is a shame. That's unfortunate, but I still think that was the right play. She does get the snooper token, so she does get the extra bump here. So a little unfortunate. The thing to note though for Tesia is that she will be able to cash in Freighter Fleet and get the Emperor bump if she wants it. She can go for any alliance with this as well, potentially. So
or the Benny Alliance right now.
Or the Fremen. I mean, I don't know what on earth Tesia does here with this. She's got a real decision. She's got a real decision to make here. Here comes Quid Pro Quo, so this is going to make her decision easier. So this is going to be used to take the Bene Gesserit alliance. So you imagine she might... I'm curious to know what she's going to do here with this. Do you take the Fremen now? I don't know. Do you think you can hold it? It's a very tough spot for Tesia. Very tough.
Especially with Leto behind you there, and he's got a
Una needs to buy a Spiceless Flow, which she'll do. I'm going to move on here. So this is very tough. Tesia with 8 persuasion, by the way, kind of bad. I mean, probably just take Fopter here. So a little unfortunate. That's the way it goes sometimes. You made the right play on that respect, and he just sometimes it doesn't work out. So Tesia's going to take Fopter for sure. She's going to take some liaisons here. I wouldn't go too many though. Like your deck's pretty. You're getting too big here. So
she's about to draw Liet though.
I guess. Right. So it comes down. So what do you do here? Do you take the Emperor bump now, or do you go Fremen Alliance? Fremen Alliance is the braver choice. I think she's going to go for it, and she's going to go for it. It gives her 2 water as well, which is also very attractive. Gives you access to Research Station this next round. You're going to be drawing into Liet. That sounds really good. I think this is the braver choice, and I like this.
That's true.
And we'll take the... I don't know if they took... I think they took the Spice. Hundro's going to reveal here. Hundro does have Private Army, by the way, and that's going to be pretty uncomfortable for Leo. There's nothing Leo can do about this, so Leo will have to settle for second place, which we figured was probably likely. Hundro is going to Private Army to the victor here. I think you Private Army into the victor here, yeah. So I think Leo knew he wasn't winning this combat most likely, and he's okay with that.
Yeah, so he funds to the victor. That's big.
Yep. Should have used it sooner, but it's fine. So we've got a big combat coming for Leto here. Leto is going to have to probably win this next combat to stay in the game. Most likely here. So a couple of bumps. So a couple of bumps to Hundro. Hundro's got choices to make as well. What he wants to do. He's lost the Spacing Alliance, which was brutal. And now he feels in danger of losing the Fremen Alliance. He might be convinced to just bomb Fremen Alliance here, but he's got no faction progress with any of the other ones. So this is kind of tricky for Hundro. Leto finds bribery. Ooh, that's a nice one. That's great for him.
That might be the Fremen Alliance. He might be able to
steal the Fremen Alliance if he finds Jamis pretty soon. I don't know. He won't get to find it soon, but I mean, if he finds diplomacy, he could steal the alliance. It's hard to know what's going to happen. This is going to be all over the place. This game. This is going to be very fascinating to see what happens here. Big round coming up. Big round.
Yep, Charmarky, let's see what he gets.
Yuna with 7, Tezzy with 7, Leto and Hundred with 4. He's going to take Chow Murky here with his shipping. Find Dispatch and Counselors. He's the only person who doesn't have like Council, so that's kind of bad. But he has his Sonic Snoopers. So he has the chance for redraws here, so I like this. He might respin all of them.
True.
Wouldn't be surprised to see that.
He'll probably use Dispatch, I imagine.
I mean, probably.
See what he draws.
Probably, we'll see. Now, here we go then. Big round 7. It is Grand Vision, and I tell you what, kids, normally people look at this and laugh. I mean, look at these faction tracks here. I mean, not that one, but look at this one, and look at this one. I mean, wow, there's this huge value we had here. Here we go. So Tezzy's going to go first. She will cash in the shipping. She's going to get the Emperor bump. It doesn't embolden the Bene Gesserit. That is brave. Wow. Also interesting, I think she's got Imperial Spy. She's looking to hit Wealth and Strong Arm here to take the Emperor Alliance. I think that's the plan here.
Yeah.
But the problem is she's going to have all of her troops in a garrison. She's going to struggle to deploy them. So there's problems here. Tezia hits research, as you would expect. It's totally good. Tezia must get 3 troops out here for staged. Tezia wants to end the game now if possible. She wants to find a load of Fremen cards and just reveal and call it a day. And that is 1.
Okay, gets 1.
Gets with a power, though. I think Yuna was very brave not to bump the Bene Gesserit there. I think I would have been doing that probably a lot of the time here. Very, very brave.
Yeah.
But decides against it here. Good grief. Okay, then. Got to put the troops in, Tezia. Yep, in they go. They are not going to last very long, but they're getting their orders. So Hundro does find Charney, but it's a pretty bad hand other than that. So Dispatch is probably going to find some use here. It's kind of gross. Yeah, here comes the first Dispatch.
Okay.
So he's going to use this to try and... He's going to try and fight Muscle Slow. He's got Recruit Mission. He figures I can make some use out of that. Oh, finds Boundless.
Okay.
Boundless is a nice find. Finds his Signet Ring. It's not going to be as useful right now. Needs another turn to get any value out of that, really. Leo's up. Leo is the only person without Swordmaster. He's got both Fold Spike. Man, Leo can steal the Fremen Alliance. He can do it. Does he go Hardy Warriors? The problem is, does he think he's going to hold it? When it's Grand Vision, this is a very complicated turn.
Hondo can grab it as well. If he goes ring to smuggling, goes up twice, and then he can go Hardy and then drop and take 2 points.
It's difficult to... I mean, it's possible. I mean, this is... Leo's got to make a decision here, and it's a tough call. It's a very tough decision. I mean, you can easily go Hardy and use Bribery, but do you think you're going to hold it? You don't think necessarily Tezzy's going to combat you. Like, Tezzy's kind of got other priorities here. Do you think you can hold from Hundro? Is Hundro going to win the combat? If Unit gets it, is she going to find some way to find a way there? I mean, you'd think unlikely. I think this is there for Lido to take, if he wants it. And I think he probably holds, and I think the War is worth using here. And he does decide to do so. He does agree. I think this is the right move. You got to get these Dreadnoughts in. You got to start making some work here. So in they all go. There is a second troop on top of that. Here comes the bribery for the steal. So Tezia loses a point here. This is good news for Una. Una loves what she's seeing here. Heck's a little bit annoyed by that, but that's the way it goes. You're playing with Tezia Vernius. Like, you win them and you lose them. Here comes the Emperor steal. The Emperor take for Una. She'll be doing this with... finds ambush. Wow, that's a lot of combat potential there right now. It looks pretty good.
Una's got this.
So she'll take the alliance. That'll get her up to 9. That gets but she can't seal the game off yet, though. There is no way. I don't think she ever wins this combat to get anything out of this. This combat doesn't do anything for her, so the game doesn't end yet. There is distance yet.
Alito still needs to draw his card for full space.
But Una has done well here to kind of creep up on Tezia, and Tezia now in problem. Tezia was looking good 3-4 rounds in. Now it's looking very, very suspicious. Tezia has now lost the Fremen Alliance, not to the person I don't think she was expecting to lose it to, mind you. But here we go. So, what do you do as Tezia? Keep going selective breeding? Go for the double spice?
Gotta try for it.
No, she's going to go for the double secret, the double draw here. Windfall is not doing a lot. Ixion Probe has use, though. Freighter Fleet Dagger. Like, if you can find 2 more liaisons, you might double spice by as Liet Kynes, and that feels very good. But Liet does need to make sure... Tezia needs to make sure that she does find her way to... She needs to get hold of a bump for the Emperor somewhere, and she needs to make sure that she draws... She needs to make sure that she... There's a lot of things that Tessie needs to do here.
She's got to get that last troop in as well.
She's got to get the third troop in. She can't do everything here. She might be able to put the third troop in with smugglers, and then maybe uses Ixion Probe and just goes for like a double spy with Leah. There are welds, maybe you even find triple. It's not impossible. You'd be drawing 4 cards, basically. It's pretty sick. There's a lot of liaisons in there.
I don't think you can get a triple.
Triple's
She's
hard.
Got, what, like 3 or 4?
Triple's hard to get.
I think you can get a double, though.
Double looks pretty likely here. Back to Hundro.
Yeah.
Hundro probably had intentions of maybe trying to find a way to take Fremen Alliance, but that's now gone. His faction prospects are pretty bad here. And even Boundless isn't even doing a whole lot here, so... he's going to go tier and take the 2 water. He's going to hope that maybe... I don't know. It feels kind of bad. I don't even like this, to be honest. He wanted to go wealth, and obviously he can't do that. He's going to go smuggling and get the bump there, so it's just bad times for Hundro. Kind of hate life. He has 8
smuggling,
persuasion.
Take the extra bump.
Yeah, the thing is, with
Boundless and take another.
Yeah, the problem is with Boundless is that he's got 8 persuasion in hand, so he can use recruitment to get 9 and get the spice must flow. So he doesn't want to use anything else. He wants to just use Boundless and then reveal and take the point. But it's like it's pretty brutal whatever he does here. I think, yeah, it just sucks. This. Just kind of sucks. He's going to go and take a load of spice. Is he really considering highlinering? Wow. Is he think he's got no option? He's going to highline? No way. Surely not. He doesn't have... He's not going to get any signal use button bumps here. I don't like this. I think if you just take Steel Suit's reveal for the point, I guess. He's going to go lucky here. He's got snoopers. He's going to just spin for intrigues here. See what he finds. Finds urgent mission. Okay. Now there could be some use because that can now find its way back to selective breeding here and gives them some options. This could be interesting. It might be a better card than it looks. Also means he can then snoop out recruit mission along with dispensation. I don't think he's going to use either of those now. Also, I'm a little surprised Hunter isn't just barreling in. You've got Charney. You know, and with Charney, obviously you can just recruit as many troops as you want. So I would just be putting in everything. True. Maybe just forgetting about that. You don't get Charney in a deck very often, so it is missable.
Yeah, you don't see people recruit Charney very much.
So we'll move on here. No one's really buying any cards from the Rohit. Rohit's gone very stagnant. Duncan Idaho's a nice card, but only Yuna's going to be the only person likely to find that again. I don't know if she would want it.
Yeah, no, she's probably thinking about Spice Must Flow next round to finish it off.
It seems the path of least resistance. Back to Lido. So Lido... Man, what do you even do as Lido here? Do you just take Swordmaster or Ment? You don't even need to go Sword. You just keep going Mentat. Like, you know... I don't know. You could go Mentat with Fold Space, draw 2 cards, and there's worlds where you do pick up the Spice Must Flow here. You've got to be thinking about this. Even if you can't win the game, there's still points for all positions. So you've got to think, how do I get ahead of Tessia here?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Can you grab the... Doesn't work. Have the Spice and go Conspire and then win and then possibly take over the... Yeah, you'll have first action. You could possibly take over the Emperor Alliance if he wants.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky. I mean, Hundra's got Chow Mercury, which is further complicating this as well. I don't think that's going to be a particular fault in the minds here. I think we might just see a double card draw for Mentat. Like, I don't totally hate it. Point to point. I would go there instead of Swordmaster. I think Swordmaster doesn't really matter at this point. You can just go Mentat. That's great.
Yep.
7 Persuasion in hand, like you know, you'd be hard pressed to not find your Spice Must Flow here.
Don't like it.
Little riskier.
7.
Little riskier.
That's too late.
So those Spice Must Flow. That is not going to be the plan here. He has other intentions. Yuna's going to take Mentat instead then and hold on and kind of see. Maybe there's a way she can win the combat and win the game. Finds Bene Gesserit's sister. I tell you what, those two swords could be not inconsiderable here. So here comes Tesia. Tesia's going to be revealing all sorts of stuff here. I would get rid of the dagger.
Yeah, she's drawing 4 cards right here.
She's probably drawing 4 cards.
She's at least getting 1. She might get 2.
So she has 6 in hand. So I think this is fine. So cycle those out. Finds Dune Desert Planet Diplomacy. No Fremens yet. She's at 8. She's at 2. It's 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. She's at 13. So she has to go.
You got to top her here.
She's got to flop her and hope she finds a liaison here.
Got at least 2 out of the 4 cards that are liaisons.
Very likely to get 2 Spiceless Lows. What else do you do here? What other options have you got? Wealth is blocked. You can't do anything about the Bene Gesserit Alliance.
Get your 3rd troop in. Get
the troop in. That's the stage instant point, and hope you find one of your liaisons here and get there. Here we go. These 5 persuasion. Liaisons at worth 4. North, south, west, east. There's 2 liaison. It's got to be a liaison, otherwise it's no good.
There's 2 out of the 3.
Finds it.
Yeah,
okay, well there we go. That Tesia feels happier, so she's getting 3 points in the end of this round here, which is pretty significant. Staged and 2 Spice Must Flows here, so that feels pretty nice.
That's a big deal.
Players, I think, will probably know that she's got it. Hondro with the redraw here for recon. Didn't have anything else to do. Wow. He's unlucky. He's found his dagger. He can't use recruitment mission for the Spice Must Flow. Oh, no. Oh, he can. He can urgent recall and go tech negotiation and recover.
Oh, yeah.
He's a little lucky there, actually, yeah. If no one goes tech negotiation, which you'd be surprised, he can urgent recall back to tech negotiation with the dagger and then use recruitment mission and get the point. But I don't know. That's not.
He's sweating right now.
That's not the most obvious play. Like I know I just rolled it off there, looking at it. But if you've not played the game very much, you might not think to do something like that.
Who knows? He's sitting on 8. You look straight up to tech negotiation.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen people miss more obvious stuff than this. I've missed more obvious stuff than this.
I've missed worse, I'm sure. Yeah.
So and it's a torn situation. There are pressures that come with this. There's $1,000 on the line, kids. Makes people do weird things sometimes.
What's Lido doing here?
Back to Lido. So Lido wanted Arakeen very badly, and he can't get there now. So Lido has a real horrendous position here. I think I'd just be going Hager Basin, put the troop in, and just take a load of spice. And just spice it. If it's a game ends in this round, like the spice may help here. But you hate your life, Arakeen's gone, no Spice Must Flow. It has not worked out for Leo this game. It has been unfortunate. Here comes some troops here. And I tell you what, I think Yuna is going to win this combat and she's going to win this game on the spot. Because she's going to take the... Oh, wait, no, hold on. Did she even get any points for this? No, I lie. She can't even get anything for winning from this combat. She's already got the Bene Gesserit Alliance. She can't steal it.
You would just secure the BG, yeah.
She just secure it, so this is going another round regardless. Huh. Wouldn't you believe it? So there's 19 for Tesia, so there's a couple of spice. So 2 points there.
Might not go for it.
Feels good. Stage will be incoming. Gets the spice for... I don't know if they got the spice for that or not. They need to take the spice for that, which they have now done. Stage will be coming here, so there's going to be plenty of spice coming out for this next round. Everyone is going to be flush with spice in this next round. It's going to be a bit of a old-school Highlander race, this, I suspect. Oh. Here comes the urgent mission, and here we go. Hundro sees it. This is a good spot. Oh, he does see it, right?
Does he see?
Or is he going to go Boundless to do it this way instead?
Oh, no.
Boundless is not guaranteed. But he's going to do it this way. He's going to do it this way instead, and I don't entirely hate this. I think the dagger is maybe slightly cleaner.
Grab a card with it.
But this is fine. I would probably trash Boundless. And use it to get hold of Duncan. Yeah, use it to get Duncan.
Yeah, but if you grab Dunk... Okay, no, he's not going to draw it. Yeah.
No. You can't use that, so this has nothing to do with this. This is separate. Yeah, you can't recruit mission only applies during your reveal turn. You can play it, but it doesn't count towards now, so...
He doesn't even need it right now. I don't understand. There's not a card that's more than 4 in the row.
Just gonna type in there. Yeah, you can play it now, and it will hold on, but you can't. It doesn't count until you reveal. But either way, yeah. Boundless is fixed though. I believe. Oh, I see. Oh, hold on a second. This needs So this is interesting. So what's going on here is they're looking to use Recruit Mission now so we can take Duncan and put it on top of his deck. That's what's going on here.
Then he'd be drawing it. He needs to draw at least 1 persuasion.
I mean, it's kind of a weird situation. I've never seen that before, but I guess that's fine.
Would you acquire on top of your deck? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of this. I'll be honest, I've never seen this off like a Boundless Trash.
Yeah. I think it's a little dicey right now since he's trying to get a persuasion.
I've never seen that, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a bizarre situation. Well, there you go, kids. That's a first. I've never seen that in my life. But yeah, if he wants to take Duncan and put it on top, then he can do. I don't think I would put Duncan on top. I think I'd be going for the spice must flow here.
I mean, what's it gonna?
Or is he going to go for the liaison and put that on top and feel like you're going to guarantee 2 liaisons and just guarantee the spice must flow?
Smart.
Yeah, use this. That guarantees it.
Good.
And then there's a guaranteed pick here. So right. Again, guaranteed points. So he probably gets her anyway. So guarantees it. Watch the other one be is convincing rather than liaison.
Or we could just rotate negotiation.
What a decision that was!
Yeah, it's good thing you did.
What was the next card? The next card was his convincing. So he was getting there regardless. But as it turned out, wow, that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. I think they've drawn. No, that is fine. Oh, they didn't draw for Arakeen, by the way. I think they forgot to do that. I don't know. I'm a bit lost here. We'll let them solve it out. So Lido's going to reveal. He has 7. Lido hates his life. It's been kind of unfortunate, Lido, to be fair. I don't think he's played that badly here. It's just has been kind of muscled out by other people. When you got like Lido and Tezzy's in the game, that's really bad news for you.
It's one of those awkward games.
So, yeah, Yuna can win this combat, although there's no real value doing so. Although, actually, that's a lie. Is there any way 100 can damage her? Probably not really.
We're going to take the Penny Alliance now.
Probably not really, so... We'll see. Alright, here we go then. So, Yuna might just do it just to stop red. It's kind of a weird one. But I think Green is just going to get in the way here and just protect the Alliance and just call it a day, you know, and I guess I don't hate it. So here comes the stage. So she is out of the combat, gets the point. So Yuna and Tezia are both at 9 points here, and it's going to be pretty much a straight deal between the pair. However, Tezia can go Highliner. I mean, Yuna's got a ton of garrison troops, though. So this is going to be an interesting scrap. Yuna will protect her alliance, keep it safe.
Highliner might not be enough.
It's not over yet.
She does have her Emperor point to grab, though.
Alright, here we go then. So we're going in 8th round. Let's see how this goes here. Leo does get his Dreadnought back at least. So he does get that resupplied. Has tons of spice. It will be... Yeah, he finds cannon turrets. Tell you what, he's happy to see it than have someone else pull it. So he'd rather have it or not. Here we go. So what's it going to be? Grand? No. It is not. I can what I was meaning. Battle of Arakeen it is. So red does get the bonus troop. So he'll feel a bit happy about that. I don't know if that's going to make a big difference in there, but here we go. So Tezia versus Seat. So Tezia does have access to Highlanders right away if she wants it. Or you just go like Conspire or Wealth or just take the point there. But then the problem is what do you do the rest of your turn? Ugh.
Yeah, that's a tough...
Ugh. You can't go Mentat. You could Windfall and Mentat, and I don't even totally hate that as a move. You would expect like Wealth and or Conspire to be free. But
Lita, Oh,
Interstellar first.
okay,
She's going to do
she's
it this
grabbing the
way.
point.
Yeah, I guess she
Okay,
can get the
alright.
point this way. Obviously, I don't think she can realistically take the Fremen Alliance from red. I don't think that's really on. So I expect we'll see the Emperor bumps here, and she will garrison a couple of troops, some various troops by doing so. Leto does have Highliners though, and
Yeah,
he
he's
might.
bombing it.
And Leto, you would think has probably got to commit here. Leto's got some nice cards in hand. He's got Duncan Loyal. It's kind of weird here, like with Leto. He's got Duncan Loyal, but he's not going to be able to trash it for anything. And I wouldn't, as Leto, I wouldn't like go highlights and not put anything in because it's completely obvious what's going on. So
Yeah.
there's no real value. Spice taken as Tesia, could be good for tiebreakers. She's got to be conscious of tiebreakers here against Yuna. It's going to be very close. The problem with Yuna is that she doesn't really have any more points she can get from factions, though. So Yuna has to find a way to get this point here. She's surely going research station, and hoping it all works itself out here. But she's not guaranteed.
And then she's going to lose on Spice.
Well, I mean, this is the problem. So this is where Yuna's gotta be. She's got to make the decisions here. Does Yuna think she could? If she wins the combat, she probably wins the game. If she doesn't, it's very speculative she can make it. Grand Conspiracy. Grand Conspiracy is life for a point, though. She has the Spices Flow and the Influence, and she has the High Council, so she has a point in the bag.
Yeah.
So maybe just taking the point here is going to be enough. I don't know. It feels pretty scary to sit on 11. Especially if Tesia does ends up finding a way to a Spiceless Flow. That feels really bad. But it might be enough. I don't know how Tesia is going to get another point here. I really don't. I think 10 is going to be it.
11,
Unless she,
yeah.
I mean, she can't get a selective breeding. I think this is, I think Tesia, if she can get back to Mentat, must do, but we'll see. Anyways, Hundro's gone selective breeding. Finds Poison Snooper, so Hundro's getting another point here, you would imagine. Here comes the Highliner. Tesia, this is the problem with Tesia. Tesia felt like she had to kind of, had to go selective to go into the first, but it means she was giving up Highliners.
It's guaranteed then too, because it's only 5 troops.
Here comes this. Now I'm curious to see if Yuna is going to spend the spice here for the Solari and the extra troop. I think she will and probably should.
For sure. Emperor.
For later on. And Secret Force is in play as well, so Leto is in some trouble here. It's gonna be tough for him to hold this. He has to hold this for his own sake here. He is playing for his position. The problem is, though, Blue's got Chow Murky. Mentat played. Only play here, hoping to find Liat. Liat would be a miracle draw. Doesn't find it. Spiceless finds the Spiceless Flow card. So Tesia Vernius probably has second place here. I don't really see how she catches. I think this is largely going to be it here. Tesia has kind of just stalled out here. Ultimately, Tesia Vernius has no alliances, and she's a little unfortunate maybe to have no alliances, but if you play Tesia, you've got to get at least one, probably 2 alliances, and it has not worked out that way. Feast or Famine.
With 3 alliances.
Hundro was looking to draw some cards here. He'd have to go... Does he have Missionaria intentions? The problem is, Hundro really wants to get this bump with... wants to get 2 bumps with the Emperor for a point, but I don't even know if she can get there. Yeah, I think this is better. You'd rather Arrakis having Lady J or Little J or whatever you want, just for the card draw.
Baby J.
Finds Dispatch an Envoy. Oh, that feels horrible. If he'd have gone he would never have got there with Carfag, but he feels kind of sick here. Bit of a tease. Not much you can do about that. So back to Leto. Leto just got to get troops in. He just has to get as many troops in as physically possible. You've got to go Hardy Warriors. You've just got to bomb. You just got to absolutely bomb this combat for your own sake here. That's the only thing you can do. Don't worry about anything else. There isn't much else you can really do here anyways. Just go in. I would probably just get Hardy Warriors and just get as many troops in as possible. Gets you up to 21 strength. The Dagger's 22. Cannon Turret is 24.
Detonation's still in the row.
It is, but he's never going to be able to afford it.
Oh, he's got the two. He can
He has
afford it right now.
negotiates. This is true. Well, well then get the troops in first, then go detonation afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's what you got to do
I
here.
hope it's open,
Yeah,
then.
you've got to
Yeah.
get the troops in first. You've got to do this first. It also secures this alliance just in case something bizarre happens. So it gets the extra troop in. So that's 21 strength, 24 once all said and done, which I don't know if that's going to be enough. It's going to be close.
We'll see. Yuna's gonna get a city right now again.
Yuna is incoming with more troops here. So this is going to be 4 more troops into the combat. She's going to get to 16. Blackmail's sitting there. This is going to be tight. Lido might need more help here is the problem.
She's throwing 4 in right now.
Yep, 4 is the max, so it's going to be 16. Blackmail's 21. And Jesuit's sister is 23, so it depends. If Imperial Basin and Siege are gone, then she can't make it. And people might just start throwing troops in here. I honestly don't know what's going to happen. I think Hundro Moritani's going to Imperial Basin if he can muster it. We might just go smuggling for the 2 spots. I don't know what he's going to do. He has to dispatch an envoy. He might just need to do something like that. I don't know. I really don't know here. The problem is we're in a position now where there's like no great plays for really anyone. Everyone just kind of hates where they're at here, so
nothing's obvious.
Which sometimes this occurs. Like everyone's just like, ugh, I can't do what I want to do. Like, everyone's like blocked each other or what they wanted.
And Secrets is open. Somebody will probably snag that for a Miracle Intrigue.
Yeah.
Maybe Tessia.
Tessia feels like she's gotta find a victory. She's gotta find another point here, or at least she's gotta hope that Green doesn't get in. So you just block spots here. You notice Yuna does not have water,
siege.
and you start going. So she goes away the siege here, so she's giving a chance. Unfortunately, Lido can't block Basin. Although Lido probably has to go for detonation devices and hope to Almighty that it all works out. Might as well get him in. It's gonna be a last round here. So does Hundro go Imperial Basin? If he goes Imperial Basin, it is a massive break for Red.
He might go Haga just for that extra spice for tiebreakers, but
I mean, yeah, that's the problem. I don't think he cares too much. Nah, he's going to be dispatching, going for the intrigues and hoping and praying. So, Yuna's going to get them in here. Yuna, 100 finds tiebreaker in the game. He's got Chow Murky. Feels bad.
Does he get no?
He's got Sonic Snoopers. Remember, he still has that, and his cards are doing a whole lot here. He gets to draw 2.
He's gonna do it right now. Yeah.
I mean, I would have drawn the 2 first, but whatever, it's fine. So draw the 3. We'll see what he pulls. Master Tactician, Chome Shares is nothing. Allied Armada is also nothing. No alliance, no enough spice anyway. So from nastiness to more nastiness, and he can't even fund Guild Ambassador. Oh my gosh, he can't even get the spice must flow. He doesn't have enough for it. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Feels Guy Ambassador and his dagger. And Guy Ambassador doesn't play for anything. I mean, wow.
Been a rough one. He was looking really solid early.
Wow. This is absolutely this is a horrendous stall out for Wooklee here. Not a lot you can do about it. Sometimes you just don't draw it when you need it, but that's gross. Hunter's just hoping to hold on to 3rd here, hoping that Red does not win. If Red wins this combat, Red takes 3rd place now. It feels bad as well, because Hundro could have just revealed for the point, probably, and just got it, but he isn't going to get there now. Or could he have ever got there? I don't even know. But this is where we're at now, so hoping Chow Murky is going to hold the job here. Yeah, it feels bad. Back to Lido, who feels like they've got to win this combat. I mean, they do, obviously. Is there any way to get more troops into this combat? And the answer is a resounding no.
All the spots are taken.
So I think you just got to go. You've got to go detonation and just hope you win it, I guess. But you're not going to. I wouldn't use it. You can't use your dagger for it. You're not buying anything. Yeah, here we go. So detonation devices and just there's nothing else to do here. No other play. Grab detonation. Hope you win it. Doesn't look like you're going to, unfortunately. It was the right way around to do this, though. But it's not going to be, unfortunately. Tessia Vernius has access to Imperial Basin, and that is going to seal the win here. It is all she wrote here.
Yuna, yep.
Eric wins the opening week's conflict here. A pretty impressive catch-up of Tezia. Tezia looking very good, but I said Yuna was dangerous. And maybe Hex could have been a touch sharper and seen the game out maybe touch sooner. I don't know. I think the way it ended up stalling out probably didn't make too much of a difference here. It is what it is. Tezia hoping to get lucky here. Infiltrate will not assist.
Yeah, the mid game where he didn't duplicit a couple times. I don't know. Maybe that was the difference.
I mean, it is what it is, unfortunately. But I think with the way it's played out, I think Yuna was going to win this more or less regardless here. Nothing for Hundro. Wooklee, just a horrendous draw here. Nothing to be done. Not going to work out here.
Up in the scouts.
Which means that it looks like, barring something else, Yuna's going to win this with a 12. Grand Conspiracy is open for a point. Tezia is going to come second with 10. Hundro is 6. Lido with 5. I think this is one of those games. It's just. I don't think anyone here is going to be. I don't even think Yuna's going to be that happy with this. Really, like it's been a real, just a slog of a game. This.
He's on 13 actually, but yeah, pretty good game by Yuna.
Yuna has the point has Spice of Slow as well actually, so very very good here. But yeah, I think it's been a very gritty affair. But you know they're not always clean and fancy. Sometimes you got to really kind of grind out these results in the tournament. And to be fair, that's exactly what Eric's done. So rightful win in the end. Hex maybe feel a little bit hard done by with how a couple of results went, but it is what it is.
When you grab 3 alliances as units, you earned it.
Yeah, I mean as well. Like Yuna got 3 alliances and Tezia didn't secure any
Lido and
Tezia.
And
that ultimately is that's the deciding factor in this game. You know, Tezia just could not secure alliances, and Yuna pinched all of them pretty much. And that is a major turning point, and that is what's decided this game. It's going to be all she wrote here. So Lido will play cannon turrets. We'll get the bad news with blackmail, and that is going to be all she wrote here. There are a couple of there are some cards to be pulled from endgame, particularly for red and then for blue. But I don't know if there's anything they can find that will be of some use to them. Grand Conspiracy's out. Plans within plans is good for Hundro for a point. And red, I don't think he's going to get anything else here. So I think just plans within plans for the point here for Hundro. I think that's about the only useful one. Machine Culture's not live for anyone. So that is going to be this. So we'll see what in-games we get. Hundro just with the 1. He went and spent Sonic Super, so it no longer counts anyways. Yuna takes the win. But yeah, it was an awkward one here. So yeah, please take end resources. Make sure you do. Might find some end-game points. Nothing for Lido. Charisma too late. And Blue finds... Oh, he does find plans within plans. That is a point. He does find plans within plans.
It won't make a difference, but...
That is a bonus point for Hundro here. It doesn't matter in the state of the game, but makes him feel maybe a little bit better about his life. Let's go chat with the players.
To come out of this with more points. Like, I didn't even hit this one or this one yet. I got the freaking Dreadnought card, and I was like, oh, cool. Between all of these things, I'm going to have an extra 5 points, and I'll fly to...
Yeah.
And then 3 Spice got bought, and life changed. All right?
Yeah.
It came out from under...
Yeah, this is just watching. This was a real gritty fight. It was not very fancy. I think everyone hated this last round. I think everyone was just like, why is life got to be so brutal? I don't think Yuna particularly enjoyed it that much. It was a real gritty fight. But I think ultimately the deciding factor is Yuna found a way to free alliances, and Tezzy just was unable to hold any. And I think that was probably the deciding. But it was unfortunate, to be fair. Like, you know, to lose all of them like that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I had the Coco strong arm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
what'd
the
you have?
initial steal for
The
Hundred.
Killer.
Yeah,
Oh,
Hunter did everything they could to defend the alliance, but you just had all the firepower. There's nothing they could do about it.
All the faction bumps. Yep.
Yeah, there was very little you could do about it, so that was kind of brutal. But you know, hey, you got plans in plans for a point, so I guess that's nice.
Yeah, you like that pull, Wooklee?
Fine.
Yeah, thanks, man. Not my best game, honestly. Not my best game.
Dude, you should...
But I had
You're looking
fun. It was
good.
a lot of fun.
my first 4 turns, 2 or 3 turns out of the first 4, I had no faction cards. And I was like, is this possible?
Gosh.
Yeah. Leto drew pretty badly this game. It was pretty hard. Had to make
Yeah,
do
it's
with
rough
not a
hands.
lot.
First 3-4 rounds, bro, his hands were shit. Like
I wasn't even playing
garbage.
the game.
It
was
was
taking a nap.
It was rough, you know, especially Leto, because Leto you want to just go for it on alliance early and then let your ring catch up. You couldn't even do that, and then Yuna just got all sorts of bonus points, and then Tezia in the game as well. It's tough. Like playing as Leto with Tezia in the game is very tricky because you got to second guess what she's gonna do, which is difficult. So it was it was tricky grounds. So I don't blame you there.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I ended up with just enough. Like I misplayed somehow, and I landed on Swordmaster last instead of first. And then I got it like turn 7, which is at that point just like for the hell of it. But
yeah, I mean it was kind of like that, but it's the way it goes. You know, I think there was definitely some misfortune for some players here, but I think Eric was probably the rightful winner in the end of the day. Played pretty solid. You know, got over the line here. I mean, your hope was just to hold on to this combat, but Blackmail been sitting there for a long time, and it's a great card for the last combat when you know you can spend it and not lose an alliance. So, so a little unfortunate there. So good job for Eric and Hex. Probably a little bit unfortunate in the end, but 3 points to the bag is still pretty good.
Hey Eric, you did the honors. Take a screenshot.
Yeah. Winner takes it.
And winner has to do it, bro, because we feel bad. We don't want to show people this.
Yeah. I can't let people know I was in this game. I got boys back home waiting for the results. They were like, send screenshots every round. After the first 2 rounds, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna send screenshots, guys.
You can send them this one though.
Oh, I could.
I'll send this.
I don't think I want to.
Wait, you want to switch spots right now? And then send them a screenshot?
So that's going to do it here for this episode of the Golden Path Internationals. Let's say a pretty kind of rugged affair. This really was not very pretty, but Eric hung in and capitalized on you know the I don't know if I'd say mistakes from Tezia. I don't think there was any like real glaring misses. Obviously, I pointed out like the potential duplicit for the Emperor, which I think would have been a little bit of a better play to get that in early, and who knows, maybe that might have convinced Yuna to not go for the alliance. I don't really know, but regardless, Yuna made the most of the chance she's got for her and was the rightful winner. So good job to Eric. Next, still will be taking the 3 points home, and there is nothing wrong with that at the end of the day at all. So thank you for watching. Hope you've all enjoyed. We will see you all for the next conflict.